Good morning. This is Julie from Female Fusion, and today in the studio we have Melon Perez for our Fusion Insights. Hello, Melon. It's so nice to have you.
Good morning,
Uh,
Julie. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
yes, of course. Melon just told me that she has been a member since it started. So she has been with Female Fusion for a little bit of a time, and she has been a lot of the events. You might have seen her running around in the background with her camera, taking videos, and she is here today to tell us how we can use video for our personal branding and how we can sell with storytelling. So, Melon, it's so great to have you here. So, can you let us know a little bit more about you, how you became a videographer, what inspired all of this?
All right, so it started actually in 2008. Me and my husband got married. It's our wedding story. It started with a wedding story. So when we got married, we booked a photographer and a videographer who has a studio. So we expected it to be good. But guess what? Not everyone who has a studio or with camera can take good pictures and can give memorable experience for your event or for your wedding, in our case. So we were not very happy with the photos. They were very staged, did not tell a story. So for me, I missed the realness and the story part of our wedding day, where they were good pictures. They were aesthetically good, but I missed the story part. I missed the documentary style. There were so many moments because as people working in Dubai, and there was very little time for us to be with our friends and family. So that part I missed, my interaction, the real interaction. So that's how I got this idea of it's better to tell stories than to take, good pictures are good, but if it doesn't tell a story, it's not complete. So that's how I got the idea. However, as of this is I'm sharing this as a business person also as I started. So it's just photography and videography for us was a hobby. It was a passion that we want, but we said like we wanted to open a restaurant in 2009. We borrowed money from the bank. We had a $500,000 loan combined, me and my husband. However, a business partner ran away with the investment. She was to open the restaurant with us, but she ran away with the investment, disappeared. So that devastated us. Yes, so it was very devastating news when we found out she was not in the country anymore, and there's no way for us to trace her. So we were stuck with the $500,000 loan, the bank, and but the passion for storytelling actually we said like we have our full-time jobs, and we said our full-time jobs was not even enough to pay for the loan, the monthly installments. So we had to hustle, work on weekdays, and on weekends we we will take shoots, we will do shoots for weddings. So our first paid wedding was actually this couple based in Dubai. They booked us for their India wedding. So we went to India, had shot their wedding. There were a couple of weddings there too that we did, and that's how we got into the wedding storytelling. Then after a year, couples or the guests that were in the wedding said like, we saw the photos and the videos, can you do a corporate storytelling style? So then that's how we also got into corporate, when people saw the work that and the passion that we pour into storytelling, because what we don't want is just a good photo. We want the story of the event, the story of the person. And after 5 years of paying the loan, we finally were able to quit our job and focus full time, because so much demand as well. It was not even healthy for us to work on weekdays, and then like even do sleepless nights just to catch up with the work that we receive. So that's how we started with the Melrish Studio.
Oh my God, I think that's such an inspiring story because I know so many would have just given up once their like investor ran off with their money. They would have just been like, okay, this is not for me. This is like I'm just gonna accept my faith and just gonna not gonna try
Yeah.
anymore. So I think it's like such an amazing and powerful for story. Some of the comments coming in here right now. Go Melon, and loving how you have overcome your rocky start, Melon. I think it's fabulous to see that not everything goes smoothly and not everything goes into the direction we have planned. Like you wanted to have a restaurant and now you have a studio for video and photography.
One
But
door
I also think
closes, but you have another door.
yes, yes, you never know. And you just are open to the opportunities. And I think it also shows how strong just referrals and network and showing up can be, because you mentioned that you had your first wedding in India and then their friends reached out to you afterwards and asked you to do videos for them. So they have seen you there, they have seen your work, and it's just like this amazing the amazing energy and the power of having a network and just connecting um, with other people, which is like, I mean, that's what we're all about at Female Fusion, because you so often know somebody or somebody's asking like, hey, I'm looking for a videographer. Oh, I know Melon. Melon is amazing. Melon and her stories and videos are amazing. So I think that's so cool for everyone who's tuning in right now and watching that. Um, so let's dive a little bit deeper into storytelling, because you already mentioned one style, which is like documentary. But if we are looking at our own business, it can feel a little bit intimidating to really like think about a storyline. I did some videos for my own business on the weekend, and we sat down for a whole day and worked on scripts, because it's like so nerve-wracking when you're in front of the camera and you don't know what to say. So can you tell us a little bit about how you do the storytelling, what your clients get from you in advance, what is required?
So when because storytelling is very effective in business. They said information or information is not enough because stories are the one that sells. So the first thing when we meet our clients or we meet people that needs our help in storytelling for their own business, we tell them to always start with with the founder story. A lot of women, a lot of even business people, they're afraid to be in front of the camera. You don't have to be. It can be your voice if you don't. But then an insight. People relate to your business more when they get to see what's behind the business, how it started, the passion behind the business. So this is what connects the consumer to the business better, to the person better. So that's how we even like had that. So when we were telling our own story, our struggles, people were able to relate. When we meet our clients for the first time, they were able to relate to our story, and they will say, oh my gosh, I don't want that to happen to my wedding, on my wedding, and I don't want to happen that to happen to my business. So when they start to relate to your business, there's already a connection there. So what we normally do is we with the client first. We ask them a series of questions about their business. We try to dig deeper, and then what this is what we call the pre-production stage. We build the keywords. We look for the core message, and we look for how this story will relate, how they will affect the heart of those who are watching or listening to this story.
Awesome, awesome. You mentioned already some really good tips. Like one is like if you are afraid to be on camera at the beginning, that you just work with the voice, which I think is
But
really
sometimes
amazing. And it's like, yeah, and then you can already relate to the voice at least, and then later on you can see the picture, the face, add it to it. All right, let me just quickly check the comments. They're just like popping up right now. Oh, Jen just tuned in. Yay, Julie Mellon. So proud of both of you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Marion King, wow,
again.
inspirational. Congratulations, Mellon. Yes, Marion is an artist, right? Marion King, yes. Um, and then we have another one. I cannot see the name. That's so true. I tend to become a brand evangelist for companies that bring authentic. Oh my God, that is such a difficult word. Authenticity to the way they communicate. There, I got it.
Yes,
This is,
authenticity is the word.
yes, it's so important, and it's something that you cannot script, right? It's something that you should not script. It's something that should happen naturally in a video. How do you make it happen that people who are like nervous or afraid to be on camera, that they actually feel comfortable in front of a camera? Do you have any tips and tricks on how they can overcome this nervous or the anxiety about it?
So this is also a challenge even on weddings. There's a lot of grooms, there's a lot of brides who are not very comfortable with the camera, and they will say like, I'm not comfortable with the camera. But what I tell them is like, those people who cannot orchestrate, or is not comfortable acting in front of the camera. What I tell them is that, brief us what goes on in a day of your life. What work do you do in your business? Then we document it, because that's I like the word authenticity, especially in this superficial world right now, that we have to be Instagrammable, or we have to look good in the camera. Authenticity has the realness of the, and it's really more effective when the people see what's happening really and behind the camera. So what I tell them is, if you're not comfortable with this, just show us how you work, walk us through your day. Then we pick up those key locations or key action points that we want to capture in the camera, or we film them, and then we put together that story for them.
Awesome. That's amazing. That's, I think, such a good point, because we get so focused on how we look because we see all of the people out there. They look so fashionable, Instagrammable, tons of filters on there. Everything looks so perfect. And then we're starting out on video and it's just so intimidating. All right, let me just see. We have another one coming in, another Facebook comment. Very well said. Consumers today don't just invest in the product, they also want to invest in the makers and their purpose. That is so true. And I think, like, as Melon already mentioned her story, it's not really, you do not have to have a perfect start. You do not have to have everything perfectly lined up. It's not necessary to have to be smooth at the beginning. It's so much more inspiring if you have some challenges and how you overcome those challenges. Um, Anything else you want to add to that, Melon, right now?
Yes, so actually, people, some businesses are afraid that I don't want to start a video. I don't want to film a video because my business is just this much, or my office is not okay. It's not big enough, or I don't look good enough. Um, you're documenting your journey. Videography doesn't have to be, the video story of your journey doesn't have to be perfect at the beginning. It's also good to show the clients and your consumer and the people that you get support from, that this is a journey. It's not like being perfect from the start, and people will actually support you more. And then when they see that they're part of your journey, that's how they will give you more support, and that's how they will encourage you. And actually that inspires other people who are starting their own journey as well. So don't be afraid if you, oh well, my business is not doing great right now, or I'm in the point of I'm struggling and it's just a startup. So don't be afraid to be on the video. Don't be afraid to document that story, because that's part of this beautiful journey. I mean, you will fail, but you will get up.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We have some more comments coming in. Being real, that's important. That's how people relate to you. That's so, so true. And then Nirupama, wow, great idea. The behind the scenes become the main video. How much time and effort goes into making these videos? And can I shoot it on my phone myself? Can you give us a little bit of tips and tricks if there's like how long does a regular shooting day last? How long do videos have to be, or if there's something like ideally? And then the equipment, is it okay to start out on your phone, or do you already need to have like all the special equipment?
So what I tell them also is number one. Normally, sometimes we even have an R shoot for a business. When everything is done for pre-production, we know that we're going to do the interviews for like 15 minutes. We know what the B-rolls are going to be shot. So that's very quick when we know already the story, especially if it's just going to be a 1 minute or a 2 minute video. Sometimes it can be a full day as well if there's a lot of aspects going on, or if there's so many things that we need to put together, different locations, testimonials of clients that we will be adding. But those videos, sometimes when we film a full day, it's already a batch content for like maybe 5 videos altogether, different stories. So regarding the questions about the phone, you have to have a balance actually of, we call this pro versus raw. The pro cameras are us, like the film production, the full production and all, but we call ourselves also the mid, and then the raw. It's important for you to have also phone photos. I mean, I'm not I'm also I encourage people to shoot from their phones, especially a day in a life, for your stories, for your reels, because especially those clients, especially those who do not have the budget for monthly videos, professional videos. um, but it's important for you to have a professional touch, so you have to have the balance of the pro and the raw, for because once you have a professional video done, it shows that this you are professional, that they can deal with you, and it's not just about having just the phone camera. So it adds value to you if you have a professional video and the raw video, which is from the phone, because it adds the authenticity and the realness. And the raw, the videos from the phone, it's very easy to digest and easy to post, so then they can see a lot of content from you. So yeah, it's not always about being having a professional video and or having always a raw video. So have a balance.
Uh, Awesome. Yes, the balance is important, and you can shoot on your phone. You can totally try it out. We can't wait to see your videos, Nirupama. Make sure that you let us know once you have done a video so we can have a look at it. Um, all right, let's dive a little bit into the Fusion Circle because you are a Fusion Circle member. And I would like to know, is there something that you would say has really helped your business when it comes to the Fusion Circle?
So number one, I've met a lot of amazing women through Female Fusion Circle, and then the support that they give you, it's just amazing. The support that you get from fellow business people, women, and then especially when you meet them in person, that's that's super great, because you meet them on Facebook, they will support you, they will like your post, they will, but when you meet them in person, it's way much better. And then the startups that you inspire, some will message me like, oh, I saw this, not a lot, but still you get that, like, you support them and they support you. It's the environment, is this culture that the Female Fusion have, that it helps you as a business person, especially if you're a woman, a wife, and a mother who struggles with all this. You juggle with all these things that you have to do, and then you're alone in business, or even if you have a partner and then you have questions in business, the Female Fusion supports you, answers your questions. You throw in a question out there, then you get a lot of answers, and then you get a lot of encouragement. So that itself is, I get my daily dose. I call it my daily dose of Female Fusion, because I try to read, like, oh, someone will post like, yeah, I was struggling with the same thing, and then you get see the comments. So it's a good encouragement, inspiration for me for the daily work, especially with regards to business and family.
Yeah, sometimes it can be so lonely if you run a business and nobody else in your family, nobody of your friends is running a business, and they don't understand the struggles you are going through, the challenges you are facing when you're running your own business as a female entrepreneur, especially. And I think it's so beautiful that we can come together again and not just seeing the perfect Facebook version of ourselves, but also just like have face-to-face events and actually get to talk to people, meet them directly, and have just a personal connection with them. We have one more question coming just right now. Is the Melrish Studio helping with Reels TikTok video creation? Is that part of your services right now?
Yeah, we do. Right now, we do a lot of real, because that's actually very in demand right now, to have those digestible small videos. We do teach them how to make them themselves with their phone and what apps they can use. But we also produce for them like batch production. So sometimes we film like 2 3 hours, and then we produce for them 10 to 15 videos. So that's what we do.
Awesome. All right. So tell us a little bit about how we can reach you if somebody wants to work with you. What is the first step they have to take, and how does the process look like? Can you hear me, Mela?
Yes, I can. Yeah. Sorry, it got cut that part. So
Okay, let me repeat it again.
where was I clear? Yeah.
um, so
Was my answer clear, or it got cut?
the TikTok part,
The
I think we
TikTok
got
part.
that.
So can you hear me?
Yes. So the question was, how can we reach out to you to work with you? How can we, what are the different services that you offer? You already mentioned some, maybe you can summarize it a little bit. And if you have a special Fusion Circle member offer, you can also just let us know about it, because we have Personal Branding Month. And one of the actions you have to take on the personal branding path is to actually make videos for your personal brand. So this is your option to maybe work with Melon.
Okay, so you can reach out to me. My wedding Instagram is Instagram at Melrish. It's at Melrish. And if you want corporate work, we have at Melrish Studio. And we also have, like, for short digestible videos like this, we have started at Melrish Social. And our website is www.melrish.com. And so for female fusion, we do give, like, for example, we have a lot of headshots these days. We do have the 299 for a 20-minute session with 5 high-res images. We have also done recently a lot of videos, because this is now in demand, a lot of mini interview videos in our studio. So we have a 4,000 square feet studio in Alco Street near Golden Diamond Park. They are startup videos. They want to introduce themselves on the video, either for pitching or for just their initial video. So we have a lot of those. And for Female Fusion members, you get exclusive 10% discount.
Awesome. That's amazing, Melon. All right. Any last words of encouragement for you to anybody out there who is wondering on how to get started on videos? Is there one sentence that you can tell them on how to get started?
Just do it. Don't be afraid. Just do it. Don't wait for you to be perfect. Especially now, a lot of companies are jumping on video. A lot of startups are jumping on video. If you don't start now, you might miss the wagon. I mean, like, yeah, be ahead. Just do it. Don't be afraid, because you can also wait. Anyways, create another video. You can always create another a new one next month. So it's better to have to see the updates, the journey.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Melon, today for being in the studio with us here for Female Fusion Insights. It was so lovely to have you and to hear everything about how to start with storytelling and how to use video in your business. If you have any questions left, you can just put them underneath the video, and then we will just answer them later on. You can find Melon on Instagram. She already mentioned that she has 3 different ones. Melrish Studio for wedding, Melrish
Uh,
Social for all the videos and reels, and there was a third one.
Melrish for weddings, Melrish Studio for corporate work, because we do a lot of events and corporate events and branding. That is Melrish Studio, and for the smaller videos, Melrish Social for social media.
Awesome. So you just got it. You just heard from her directly. All the Instagram channels where you can follow her, get inspiration, and then once you are ready, you can reach out to her and you can book her your video shoot with her directly. Thank you so much, Melon. I'm looking forward to see you at the next event, which we have coming up, FF Nights, next week on Tuesday, June 28th. And until then, I wish you all a wonderful week. Bye.
Thank you, Julie. Bye.